Hello YouTube, this is part 2 of getting this rifle ready. I'm not going to go through all the procedures, you can find it all online, but my goal here is just to kind of get the scope set into place. I'm not going to put any Loctite on it yet. I have some Loctite here, but I'm not going to put the Loctite on it. But one of the things I've learned that with the rings, you want to kind of push them forward to the next canny or weaver rail, and then kind of tighten it up right there. So you would just tighten it up to kind of hold it in place, because you may have to move it depending on the eye relief. And so what I'm going to do is to get the eye relief, get both of the rings on, and then we'll pick it up and we'll take the top off of this one here. And we'll pick it up and hold it up, and hopefully it'll come out pretty close. These screws are so small, I don't want to lose these things. Man, that'd be hard to find. They black and stuff like that. So, alright, we'll get all these out here. I should have had them already out. But anyway, the main thing I wanted to show is that put your rings on and push them up forward. Technically, in theory, the recoil is supposed to pull them back. But once we get these on here, we'll get a torque wrench and we'll tighten them down. I have this little torque wrench here. And one thing you ought to do too is check bolts that's on here. And 2 of the handguard bolts was loose. And so I'm glad I ran a torque wrench over those. Got the handguard tightened down, because where that come in handy is when I put a bipod on it or stick it on a bag, the gun is going to move. And so that's going to affect the accuracy. So that's my reason for doing that. And but everything is good and tight on the handguard. I got to go out and get a bigger wrench. I want to check the bolts that goes through the receiver. So I don't know why they put 4 on these rings here, but anyway, I usually buy the tactical rings. LaRue Tactical has some nice. That's what I have on my 3-gun rifle, and it's just a 1 piece. Man, it makes it a whole lot easier. But anyway, this is what we have. This is what I bought for that other gun that I did not keep. And that was the impulse buy. So see how that move? And I'm going to push it up towards the front. And that's where we're going to tighten it up for now. And then we'll come back if I need to move them. I think I got them pretty close to where they need to be. But we don't never know until you put the scope in. Alright. And I got a little lever here. Alright. Let's set that in there. Yeah. And you can check here for you. So the reason I left the top off so you can slide it forward and back. So I see I got a problem already here. I need to push the rings in closer to give me some adjustment. So, and most time what I do, what works for me with cheek weld and all that, is I usually have the back of my lens on my scope wrapped where the equal with the line where the buffer tooth goes into the receiver. So that's usually what I do. That may not be right, it may be wrong, but it tends to work out better for me on the other rifles. But anyway, I got these rings too far apart, so I can't slide it back and forth. I'm gonna turn the camera off, get all that set up, and then we'll come back later. Okay, this is not scientific, but it'll be good enough for me. You can see that bubble. It's level. So what I did, I put it on the rifle. Hopefully you can see it right there. I put it on the rifle, on the handguard. Let's assume that it's true. And with these notches in the side here, I'm pretty sure that it's true. And then the next thing I did was put it on the scope, on the cap. So I'm assuming, making a lot of assumptions, but that's what we're going to do. I'm going to drop the caps on it. I really like how these 1-inch rings are fitting. Without the caps even on it, the tube is snug in there. You can see where it's already started making them walk against the paint or whatever. No, don't seem like a very good paint job, but anyway. So we're going to try to tighten it down without moving anything. We'll sit the cups on it, and so this is Picatinny rail that came with the gun. It's an M-lock. We got it on. Works perfect. In case you want to know, I think it's 1/8 Allen. Got those really good and tight. And I need to, oops, I need to torque these here just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and put the bolt in it. Put this thing in here. Okay. Oops. Always forget my rags. And oh, I love that throw. Look how smooth that is. I had a, so I got this, I had a Remington 700 SPS Tactical. And it was rough. My American Ruger Ranch, I think is what it is. And it's rough, but this is smooth here. This is precision. Wow. Neat. Can't wait to put some rounds down through that baby. And I forgot to show you on the boat, you can take the cap off the boat. It's supposed to have some stuff in there, tools or whatever they call it. But I'm not really interested in that. Beautiful. Okay. Take it down here. Alright, got the rifle set up. We're gonna try to get a 0. And we probably already got the magazine loaded. And but that's a beautiful gun. Man, I'm glad I bought that. I don't think I regret that. When I bought these here, I thought they were gonna be a closer match. And but they're good enough for what I want to use. But it'd been cool if these were the same color as that. But I know that's kind of vain. But anyway, that was my intent. So we're gonna do 100-yard 0 is what we're gonna do. I did move the scope forward a little bit to get a little bit better eye relief. And the ammo we're gonna be using with 308 Winchester 168 grain AMAX. So I'll get it 0 here. And it looks like we're gonna have a good week of weather. Then I'm gonna try to take it to the range and try to get out to 1,000 yards is what my goal is. Okay, let me get some rounds fired up here. All right, guys, it's on 6 power, and it has real small crosshatch. So I was kind of wondering around what 0 was, but anyway, that orange dot helped a little bit, and I probably should increase the magnification so I can really get a clear look at the 0. But let's see what we got. 1 inch at 100 yards, I would say. Let's see, you go half of the hole. Yeah, I'll say a 1 inch. I pulled that one, and I saw when it left, I said that was gonna be an outlier. But yeah, I'm very pleased. I could, yeah, very pleased. Okay, these are my steel targets, which should be easy at 100. That one's a 9-inch target, and let's see. 9 by 13, pretty much what that one is. Let's see here. This one is a 5-inch. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, that's a 5-inch. Let's see what this one is here. This is an 8-inch. This is a 10 with a 3. That's a 10 with a 3. Let's see what this one is here. 4-inch. Okay. Let me get back up here, take some more shots. Man, that's fun. Yeah, that's fun. And try to tighten these. We'll try to tighten these up a little bit. All right, guys. Those are the last 3 shots. So I'm gonna call this rifle 0. Let's see, halfway of that bolt hole, 3/4. Let's see here. Half of this bolt hole. Yeah, I say 3/4 MOA at 100 yards on the Beck ammo. Yeah, I would easily say half of the bullet hole. I'll say around 3/4. We'll give it 3/4. So we'll say sub MOA at 100 yards. Okay. All right. That's done. Let me go and put the 0 stop in it. And then I may get some of the cheap ammo and play on that. I really enjoy shooting this rifle. Okay, we got it. All right, we got it zeroed in. I'm going to put the 0 stop on it. And what you have to do on this one, you have to loosen this screw at the top here. Take that little screw out. Then pull the cap off. take the cap off like that. And this is a zero stop that they have. You screw it down and then tighten the 2 set screws on the side. And they send a different color Allen wrench to do that with. Some of the fancier scope is a little bit easier. Don't have to do all this, but we'll see what this one does.
Here we're just putting the cap back on, trying to look through my rated part of my trifocals to get that zero right on that line. And it has a little O-ring on it, and you have to push it down over the O-ring, and then it fits over the little zero stop sleeve that I just put in. And so worked out pretty good. And putting the screw back in now, and they just say keep it kind of finger tight. It don't have to be wrenched down. Just finger tight it a little bit, and it worked out good. I was surprised that at that price range, that scope came with all the tools and everything that you need to do this. So it worked out very well. And we'll do some shots and see how it come out. Okay.
Pretty good. That's my finger. Yeah. So 3 shots. I had probably a double on this one, but a pretty tight group. I pulled that one. So that's what it was after I put the zero stop on it. So, all right. We'll call that done deal. All right. We're finished with this one. Zeroed. I wanted to show you about this table. I leave it out here. And on my Amazon deal up by the driveway, the gate, I did that. I put some Flex Seal on top. I started to sand it, but I thought, because it had OSB board, and you know on OSB board how the pieces stick up. And so I bought me some Flex Seal that I used on that box out there by the gate for UPS packages and deliveries. Put some on here, worked out perfect. These bumpers on here work great. So yeah, it worked out perfect. I like it. On the gun deal, the scope was working out. I don't really like the reticle in the scope, but for what I'm gonna do, I can live with it. But if you buy the Magpul, it seems like you can't get this tight enough to keep it from swiveling. That's the only thing I don't like about it. And cost the color's off a little bit, but that's my fault. But I don't like that. So I may try a piece of get it level, and then try some pipe wrench or channel locks. Try to tighten it much as I can. I turned the pan off. It pans, but I fixed it with turn the pan off, and it don't pan. I don't really need the panning. And, but it's a great setup. So glad I bought this gun. It is really, really nice. Still falling in love with the scope. And but I think when I go to the range, hopefully this week I can get to the range and try to qualify for 1,000 yards, and we'll see what happens. I'll get everything tightened up and snugged up. Really happy with the back ammo. You saw the groups, so pretty good. Very impressed. I do need to get a chrono. I need to borrow a chrono and see what it's running at, because it says 2,700 feet per second, but that's out of a 24-inch barrel, and 2719 on foot-pounds of muzzle energy. So that's the 168 grain AMAX by Beck Ammo Ultra Match series. So I need to go buy another one of those. Buy some more of that. All right. This is done. If you hit that subscribe button, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that all so you can be automatically notified of all the videos that we put up. Okay. All right. Have a good one.